Alright, so I've got a coolant leak in my heater core hose down back there. So I'm gonna have to be taking all of this stuff out. While doing that, I'm gonna make a couple videos. First off, we're gonna start with how to disassemble this intake portion. And I'll just break up the videos. So let's go ahead and start. What I always like to start with is this little boot right here. This piece right here. You can just lift it up, pull this out, set this aside. Then you got this screw right here. Might be 10 or 8 millimeter. Let me find out. This bolt right here is a 10 millimeter. It just takes a little crack to get it out. Then we have a clamp down here that you can loosen up. It's just a flathead screwdriver. That seems loose enough. There are these clips right here, one on each side, and there's also this bolt back here, which might be a 10 or 8, I can't remember. While taking these out, be careful. They like to pop out and fall down, so let's go ahead and take those out. Doesn't take much pressure. Just get your finger behind there. Let's get this one too. Ow, I just bent it now. Alright, I'll take a screwdriver, pop it, and then we can also lift this up. Oh no, push this one down, pull out, that gets that out. You can unscrew this. I normally like to unscrew until I can just push it and it moves like that, so that's good. What I do is I take out the MAF sensor, and then I'm able to, I've got more room to move this around, so I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera up and do that. This angle's kind of buns, but it gets the point across. So I'll take this out. Take this out. Boom. Alright, then, yeah, you're gonna wanna loosen that bolt back there. It's easier if you have a bigger ratchet. You can take that MAF sensor wire out of that clip right there, set that aside. I don't know what happened there. Alright, I'm gonna come in here. Let me slap that on first. Yeah, I'll just start loosening her up. Be careful, this one also likes to fall. Y'all don't need to see this, so I'll cut this. Bolt was an 8 millimeter. Looks like this. Now that we're at this point, this is already loose for me, so we can pull this box out. Camera back over here. Should come out pretty easy. These bolts, since it's not really that big of a place that I need to work around, I'll just screw this in here, bolt back into the air filter box. So be very careful when working with this stuff. Like these hoses right here, these are 20-year-old cars. It's very fragile. It's probably gonna break. So if you gotta go to work tomorrow morning, wouldn't recommend this job. For the clips, you can just snap the MAF back onto the box. And we also want to get these off. What did I do with my screwdriver? Just pop these clips up. Screwdriver, that works. And mine is trash, so I don't really want to keep this. Oh, it's pretty toast, can't lie. Then you want to get this air box off. You have to remove the lid first. And there's also, okay, don't know how much that recorded. So you need to remove this, and it just comes off of this because it should be going through those holes right there. Then you want to unplug this guy right here. if it will come off, I'm scared. Okay. All right. You can lift this up. Slides out of that box right there. And we can set this aside. Now, I'm going to move this bolt here. Can y'all even see that? This bolt, not bolt, but listening. And we're gonna try to get that one down there. My bad, I lied. So I'm gonna take off, see if I can get this. I think this is the Disa valve. Take this clip out first. Just squeeze back here. Pops up and off. This right here, about a T30. It's not a T30. It's something bigger, but I don't have bigger, so take that off. Got some serious nonsense going on here. Got a 3/4 ratchet adapter, 1/4 inch to whatever this is, to the T30. This is what that bolt or screw, whatever. There's also another one down here that's a little hard to see, right there, I believe. So let's get that. To be unlike me, a T40 will actually do the job for you. Fits pretty snug, if you ask me. Hold on, let me get this to the camera view. All right. Yeah, that fits pretty well. Once again, I lied. Looks like we have more bolts. Where is it? Oh yeah, one right there. There's another one. Oh, one right here to take off before we can get this valve off. It was in fact only 3 that I needed to take off. After that, should come off nice and smoothly. Urgh, get out, you little. Here's mine. Looks good condition, not bad actually. It is very oily. It smells like burnt oil. Don't think that's good. Let's keep digging. Now that we got that stuff off, we can easily access here, this, and should be able to get a screw in so that you can get this one from the top up here. I'm gonna go ahead and take those out. I nicked myself a little bit, but that is off up there. I just gotta get this on. This one is like really stuck on. I'm going to attempt to safely disconnect this and this hose. I might get a heat gun and just see if that helps. Next, I'm gonna move on to removing the beauty cover bolts and the bolt for the power. Beauty cover bolts are 10 mil. There is a, what was this, 3/4? Yeah, 3/4. I have this little bolt down here, which I'm sure is a 10 mil. I got that off, I just put the bolt, the bigger bolt, all back into this. I'm going to remove this fuel line. I'm pretty sure you just push this in here and slide that off. Let me see if I can set my camera up. I'll see if this works. Okay, I might grab a pair of pliers. All right, got my pliers. Just come around here. Push this back. There we go. Yep. That premium fuel right there. I don't know why I did that. All right, next we need to get these clips off. I don't know if you can see those. Boom, all the way down. Gonna move these oxygen wires out the way first. Now that I got those set aside up there, I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can take these clips off by just sliding them off, and then once I get this whole thing off, then I'll probably put that back on, and I'm going to unplug this. That was probably the most tedious and annoying thing I've ever done, but all the clips are off, so now I'm gonna pull this up. Might have to move this out the way first. I'm not really sure yet. As you can see, I'm in a fun position. But yeah, gonna go ahead and slide this out and unplug this wire right here. But then if you get these little guys out of the way, they say right here, they block so much of your movement. Okay, now we can remove this. If you're doing this job, I was told and seen, just go ahead and buy the replacement because it's probably gonna break when you take it off. Yeah, it's super fragile, so I'll go ahead and take this off and let you know how that goes. Watch. Assume squeeze here. Try try to get this off gently. It's very stuck on. My goodness. Oh, that came off not too bad. All right. What we're gonna wanna do is remove this holder for the dipstick so we can slide this over, which we can actually do with this. Here uses a 13 millimeter. I know how I am, so I went ahead and reinstalled the bolt back into the spot so I don't lose it. Okay, next up, we're gonna remove this rubber holder mount thing so we can get this stuff off. And there should be a clip under there, this clip, to take off. If that's off, you can just set this out to the side, get it out the way. Okay. Quick tip, real quick, forgot. These clips right here, you can pop them back in place so you don't lose them. When you go to install them back on, they should just, like open up and then snap back on. But yeah, next step, we need to remove the 4 10 millimeter bolts. Get out of my way. 10 millimeter bolts for the throttle body, and then after that we can get a bracket off with the 16 millimeter, I believe. There's one of the throttle body bolts. Okay, before we can pull out the throttle body, we also need to take this bad guy out. So it looks like a bolt here, clip there, some more clips down here, unless we can just slide all of that out. I'm not sure yet. And we'll probably need to unclip this as well. I'm gonna go ahead and unclip this first, and it looks like there's a clip up here as well, so let's go ahead and take care of that first. 10 millimeter bolts as well. I just took off of that. Looks like this. And I'm going to take off this sensor. Get off, man. Gosh, that is so stuck. This car is like so stubborn, dude. I'm more stubborn. I'm gonna come back to that. I'll come back to that. Playing in my face too much. After some nice kind words of cooperation, I was able to get it out. This is what that looks like. I'm just gonna set this down in here. Tuck that away for now. All right. Let's move on to unclipping these here. You know, scratch undoing that. I might put this back in actually, because I may not need to do that. Gonna take this out first. Oh goodness! I just took off of there was a little washer and nut. Came off of that. I'm going to unplug this plug right here. All right. This is definitely an interesting one to get off. Hey, now. I will figure this out in a second. Okay, since that one wants to be so weird, I'm gonna unplug this, which connects to this first. 1 second. Looks like I also missed another thing. That bolt right there, we need to take off so we can take out the throttle body. Little 10 millimeter that just came off of there. Okay, after lots of struggling, I finally got the throttle body out. Do have a lean condition code. Not sure if this is normal, but I can see that little gap in there, and that gap can close. When I close this a little bit, I see a clean ring where it used to actually fully close that. Might be something to look into. Now I'm going to get these intake manifold bolts. They should be 11 millimeters. So I'll do that. I think there's 9 in total, all through here. Can't forget that one back there. also need to get, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. That bolt right there should be a 16. I don't know how I'm gonna get that yet, but we're gonna worry about that later. That 16mm bolt to hold the intake off, or intake bracket. That's what it looks like. Here's what the first 11mm intake bolt for the top looks like. I've got all the bolts off on the top and on the bottom. I'm gonna wiggle it around, see if I'm caught anywhere, stuck anywhere, and see where that goes. Got you up in my grill right now. Hopefully this can provide a better view of what I'm about to do and wherever else I was about to put this. Yeah, that's on there. Hold on. Another plug to take out right here. I have to go the other way, that's weird. 1 second, plug off. Just gonna set that down here and to the side. So, lifting up from the fuel rail helped get it off the studs. I'm gonna see how far else I can take it out. I'm going to loosen this bolt right here. Looks like a Torx bolt. So that when I move this does not come. The screw is a T30. Yeah, T30. Let's see if I can remove this off of this clip. Loved his little zip ties. Oh no. Oh, never mind. So I'm gonna snap that zip tie right there, and hopefully we can get some more freedom. All right, looks like I have a few things caught back here. Let me see if I can get a closer look at them. One of them is, where is it? I think this right here is holding us up. Oh, right up there. But I feel like I should be able to pull it out. Yeah, so I'll give it a few more tugs to see where we get. It's a little hard to see, but see if I can get the focus back there. There's one of those metal clips that they were up here. If I can find it. Ah, yes. Right. Where's my finger? Okay. Right there. We're gonna just. Yeah, so that right there. Okay. And we're also going to need to disconnect this hose right here. Just squeezing it and pulling it down. So, there was one more thing I had to disconnect from right here. Don't know where that hose went, but it came from over here. Right here. This right here will connect onto you. What else? Looks like we need to disconnect this sensor right here that goes to this. So I'll go ahead and do that now. There we go. Then I need to disconnect this. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, because that goes on to here. So I'll go ahead and do that as well. And after removing this vacuum line, I was able to remove the entire manifold for the first time ever. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put some clean rags or paper towels in those holes right there, so we don't contaminate our engine and do all this for no reason. What we can see here though is this is that leak that I've been chasing this whole time. Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome right there. There are my little valves. Look at those little things, man. Goodness. All right, let me get those stuffed. All right, so I did want to see where exactly it was leaking from. So I'm gonna pour some water down in the coolant and in the reservoir. See if I can see which spot it was leaking out of, because I don't exactly, I see like some corrosion right there. I don't exactly see a distinct spot. I'm really hoping that's coolant and not oil. Otherwise we have another problem. But I'm just gonna go ahead and pour some in there. this and watch over here. Alright, don't see anything yet. I'll keep doing that until I see something. A little look at some of the ports. It's pretty dirty in here. I did notice there's a lot of oil. And I don't know if those are oil galleries or coolant, but I'm pretty sure they're for oil the way that they're looking right now. And if not, then that's not very good. I do notice there's a lot of liquid down here. Most of it was oily coolant because there was oil down here already. Some of it did seem more serious than other. Don't know where the leak is exactly yet, so still looking. Okay, so found the leak. It's this one right here. Is that metal? Holy crap. Yeah, it's coming like, oh, it's cracked. So on the seal on the other side, it's just a big long crack. All right, glad to know that I found the issue. Seems like that's the only part. Clearly someone else has been in here. Don't think these are OEM at all. At all. Doobie-doobie-doo. Hopefully this doesn't mess with any of the electricals that were down here. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up. No, I'm gonna take off this hose to right here, and don't know what I'm gonna do about this one. This has a lot of whoop-de-doopies going around with it, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this off. You need to unbolt this, that, and unclip this. So unclip this, that. There's another bolt down there. No, not that. Bolt up here. This bolt that's up here is a 10mm. This is what that looks like. I notice there's a lot of these hanging around in this engine. And zip these zip tie, not zip to zip ties, clip the zip ties. I'm gonna take out this bolt. Here is a 13mm. What that bolt looks like. It kind of looks like the same type of clip with these, where I take a screwdriver and lift it up. It's very caked on, so let's find out. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's what it is. I'll pop this up. Now that I've popped that up, I'm gonna see how I can pull this out. I'm gonna pull out this side over here first and see if I can maneuver it around enough. Dude, this thing is rock hard. I'm about to cut it in half. What the heck? Okay, so I was able to sit up here and took a hammer and a screwdriver, hit on this edge right here, and this is able to come back. So now I should be able to pull this piece up and out somehow, some way. We'll figure that out. But I can feel the groove in there. I can feel the groove. And it's not the good type of groove. There's no groovy over here. Baby pry bar. I'll get this out. Finally was able to pull this up and pry this, and yeah, look at that. That is disgusting. Sure, the inside's no better. This right here is what happened to it. It's cracked almost the whole way. So yeah, that's garbage. Oh, ew, it spit goop at me. Ew, it gooped all over me. Looking in here, looks pretty disgusting. Let me see if y'all can see if I can get the camera. It's like sludge and stuff everywhere. And then in here, it's no better. However, it does look like it's only at the top. Rest of the tube looks relatively clean. Let me see if I can get a better angle. I don't know. Yeah. Over here, can't really get an the back. It's nice, silver, shiny. So I'm gonna clean that area out. I think there's an O-ring I need to replace as well on there, so I'll get that out. Don't know. I'm gonna inspect this tube right here. I don't think I need to replace it, but I'll check. Okay, now I'm going to remove this tube right here, which, if we follow it down, leads down to the oil dipstick. Should just slide right off. I can get a screwdriver and pull it off. Here is the tube I just pulled off of the oil dipstick. Set that aside. Also, I might want to come down here and clean up that connecting spot. Let me see if I can focus in on that. There we go. Yeah, it's got a bunch of residue all over it. Okay, next I'm gonna want to remove this other hose. I'm gonna remove this just because I don't want to have to come back down here and do all of this again. So I'm gonna clip that zip tie right there, unbolt this, unclip this, and it looks like that just twists out. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, and this bolt right here is a 13 millimeter. Get this out. Here's the bolt that came out of there. Get into the light real quick. So it looks like from the side. It's got a washer on it too. And I'm gonna clip this. And then I'm gonna pop this clip. Oh, that came completely off. Let me not lose that. And I'm pretty sure that the new hose is probably gonna come with another one of those, but just in case it doesn't, wanna be safe. We've got another bolt pulling us in right here. This bolt is also a 13 millimeter. Here's that bolt that I just pulled out. Dirtier version of the other one. Hopefully this comes with new bolts. See if I can get it light here. Can't really see anything on it, but there we go. Okay, and I'm glad that I'm taking this out because at first I thought that might need to be twisted out or something. Look at this. It just comes right off. I'm sure that this looks exactly like the connector that was over here. So I'm gonna take out this other side. All right, here's that piece that I just pulled out. As you can see, connector up here. Super not so new looking. So glad I'm replacing this too. Set that down gently. And just as over here, I also want to get this, that plastic nonsense out. Okay, so I got this a little loose. There's a little O-ring looking thing here that I'm gonna get out. That looks like. Let's make sure we get another one of these with our new part. Set that gently down. And there's all this back here. I can probably need to chip that out, so that's what I'll do. Okay, so behind more of that seems to be that there's another O-ring looking thing. Get this back up here. There we go. Let's dispose of that gently. Hey now. And then we can scoop out the rest of this stuff. Okay, and I got all that cleaned out of there. There's still a little bit of stuff, but that's some stuff I can get more in depth later. Now I'm gonna move on to over here and get whatever this nastiness is out of the way. Screw. And just gonna, found it easiest to just pry that first O-ring. Boom, pop that out. Discarded it. And then you can get behind the rest of this mess. It's very stuck on. I don't want to, I'm trying not to come in from this angle too much. Otherwise, I might throw some stuff back into the engine that I definitely do not want back there. So just scooping stuff out as I work. And I come in from the side, especially using like the corner of it like that, really digs into it. There we go. Those should start coming out. There we go. Getting bigger chunks of that. And coming from the top over here. Not taco. Hungry. There we go. Oh yeah, see the whole thing moving now. There we go. And just like that, we got this part out. I don't know how my engine hasn't been overheating before this. This is disgusting. All right. Got this area cleaned up. That way if it starts leaking again, I'll be able to see it. A little clean over here, nothing too serious. I don't know how these other YouTube people be, well, I'm gonna cut the camera and do some off-camera cleaning. And it looks like they got like a billet block. But anyways, right now I got this hose right here off, which goes to the oil dipstick tube. So now I'm gonna move inside and get the other, there should be four more hoses and doohickeys and whatnot to get off. That'll be that, then we can move on to probably the valve cover, whatever else. Okay, now that we're up here, here's one of the hoses that I'm going to be replacing. This is the cyclonic separator. This is the breather hose that goes down to the oil tube, dipstick tube. Oh, man, I had a brain fart there. We're also replacing this. So that's 1, 2, 3. We're replacing this, which makes 4. And then I'm gonna flip this around. And the last thing I'm gonna replace is this right here, 5. So let's go ahead and take all those hoses off and get those laid out as well. Okay, and another thing I like to do is whenever I have old pieces that I'm replacing, I make sure, especially that O-rings, make sure you have all the O-rings. So I have 2 for this one, 2 for that one. And then I have the bolts that go into there. Got these over here, so I know what I already have. Keep my bolts all together. So looking at this, I'm pretty sure, okay, it's one of those where you got to can't really get the camera down there, but you've got to squeeze. Let me turn this up. Okay, here's a better angle. You can see that this is one of those ones where you gotta squeeze down, so probably getting a pair of pliers down there would be best for this certain situation. Okay, so pliers didn't really work how I wanted them to. So instead what I got here is I have a screwdriver. I'm gonna slide the screwdriver above this, that way I can use the manifold to push it down. And the bottom one, I have a screwdriver. Ooh, can you still see? I have another screwdriver that I'll come on the bottom with it. Okay, so I was entirely too focused on that. You can actually reach your hand back here and press up on that bottom one while you have this one coming in from the top. Okay, and for over here, I'm actually not gonna try and get this off. I'm gonna try and, be efficient, get this one off because we need to replace this hose as well and just get that down there. This time I'm gonna actually use, I'm gonna use a screwdriver on this side and another screwdriver on that side, and that should work just fine. Okay, I've gotten that off now. So, all right, so got this off. I'm gonna go on to the bottom now and unhook whatever's down there if there is something. Well, I broke this. I was getting rid of it anyways, so that's not that big of a deal. Okay, if you don't want to be like me, this hose right here that I just broke, well, that I broke the other piece off of, you have to, let me see if I can do this. Okay, you have to turn this so that that piece down there can then pull off, just like that. So this one needs to come down and then pull off. And that is 4 of the hoses that we were replacing. The 5th thing that I'm replacing is this PCV valve thingy. Forgot the name of it. Okay, and while looking down here, I see this crack right here. It's closed on this side. I don't know if this is what could be causing my issue or not, but definitely doesn't look good by any means. So I'll have to take a deeper dive into that. Okay, and to get this PCV valve off, looks like we have some torque screws right here. I don't really see anything else that I could be using to loosen this up with, so we're just gonna go ahead and take those off and see where we can get with that. All right, and for these I'm using a T25. Let's see, I'm gonna start off with this bolt right here. It'll actually come from underneath. If I can, there we go. Set that aside, and I'll take this other one out. Y'all don't need to see that. Okay, 2 of the bolts are out. This is what they look like. That's the top of them. There we go. Oh no! I'm just gonna set those over here. Okay, and that seems to have loosened this up enough to just come out. Oh, hold on now. Ew, it smells like, okay, we're just gonna set this aside over here. Yeah, that's what she was sitting on. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this up. Yeah, so these are all the PCV components that I'll be replacing. So I'll just set those together. So when we get all my new parts, I'll compare them. Yeah. Alright, back outside. I'm gonna be taking off this oil cooler line, whatever, it's got something to do with oil. And this coolant reservoir, because this is trash, I need to get rid of it. Underneath this, our oil line, got a 19 socket, and a rinse. Cause just looking at that, I don't think I can get a socket under that. For this, just like a few screwdrivers, that should work. So let's go ahead and I want to get the top one off first. Start off with the harder one. So I'm gonna come in here. I'm gonna pull just enough power because I don't want to come back and crush this. So that's loosened up. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off with my hand. And one important thing to note is that when taking this off, make sure you get both washers. This banjo bolt right here. I think that's what it's called, banjo bolt. Come here, get out. So one washer's on this side, the other washer goes on top. Now it's not on here, so that means this little joker's stuck up here. See him? There we go, he's stuck right there. So just pop that right there for now. And same thing on the other side. All right, got that on. All right, loose. Take my finger ratchet, get this out. And this one also has 2 washers, so look out for that. Here's our hose right here. Set that aside. There we go. And this washer, oh, we see, fell right there. Keep track of these. That doesn't go in there. This one went over here. All right, and take note on this as well that this top part is straight, the bottom one is bent. That is on purpose, just to get the stuff around. And honestly, if I was gonna do that again, I'd probably just use the wrench both times. It felt easier. The ratchet just felt sketchy. All right, moving on to the coolant reservoir. First things first. Well, on a normal car, mine's not normal, mine's broke, you just loosen this. I like to loosen it till it can spin around by itself. Goodness gracious. There we go. So that moves around. You should be able to pull this off. Now, when you pull this off, if what happened to mine happens to yours, replace it. This is what I got going on. Oh, wow, it actually stayed. No, it didn't. So, just gonna pop that off. Okay, so we can see that's stuck in there. That is not supposed to be in there. If yours looks like that, replace it. Next, we're gonna come down here, and there's 2 clips. One of them, let me see if I can get this lower. One of them is right here. The other one right there. I'm gonna take my longer screwdriver, pop this first one out. There we go. And I'll come over here and get that second one out. They're not very hard to get out, honestly. All right, boom. Now, should be able to get this loose off of this, and then pull off those from the bottom. There we go. Alright. See if I can set this up so you can see. Alright. I'll reach my hand down here, and I'm going to wrap my hand around this bottom part and pull it off from the top. Ouch. Be careful not to hit your wrist anywhere. Ooh, that hurt. That hurt bad. Also, if you don't drain your coolant, it will be in this line. So if I squeeze this, you might be able to see some come out. But yeah. Same thing for the other one. Pull up on your... goodness gracious, dude. Okay. Get a good grip. Dude, these things are tight, man. Holy crap. But it's coming out, it's coming out. Golly. I might try to get a screwdriver and pull that down. It don't go on this last go. Maybe holding it from the bottom will help. Oh yeah, that helps. There's not a lot of room to move your hands, so if you got small hands, thank God for those. You can also probably use these. I'm a little sketch about it because this car is old and it might break, but I'm gonna try it anyways. I'll pause this and get this off. Okay, so got her loose, and we'll just lift this up and out. Oh, if you have this sensor right here, make sure you take that out. Super simple. It's kind of hard to see. You might be able to see it. I can get the camera from underneath. Underneath it, there's a clip. Just press up on that. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So super simple. Let me see if I can position my hand so you can see what I'm doing. See that clip? Do that, and you should be able to pull it out. So you might want to use 2 hands if you can't get it off. Just push that back. Boom. Set that aside. Now you can lift this all the way out. Okay, here's my coolant reservoir. Another thing that was also wrong with it. Oh, yuck. I had a little crack up in this top corner. So whenever there was pressure, it would leak coolant. And this also broke, which is not good. Basically, this whole thing was gonna break any second. Yeah, just discard of this gently. Also, might be a little hard to see, but it cracked all in there. So I got random pieces of stuff flying around. I'm actually gonna shake it with the camera attached and see if we can see what's going on in there. Like, actually turn the camera off, but okay, maybe not. I also lost my my thing that measures how much coolant I have. So that's not good either. Next thing's next. I'm going to get this guy out. Let's see if I can just pinch it with my pliers here. And I'm gonna hold this other side because I don't have a replacement hose coming for this. So yeah. All right, so just gonna get a good grip on this. Probably helps that I can get on it. Oh, this is not gonna be good. So just that metal part's coming out, which that is not what I want. At least I got that part out. Now I'm going to try and get all this plastic out. For that, I'm probably going to use this small screwdriver I've got and just see if I can break up that plastic. I want to take this off too. Maybe if I loosened it all the way the first time, they both might have came out. I don't really care that much. See if I can crush. Oh, there we go. That helped a lot. All right. And I'll just scoot that stuff out. This probably is not the best thing to be doing in this situation, but honestly, I could care less. Actually, yeah, I could care a lot less. I actually care a lot. Excuse my yapping. Yeah. See if I can pinch some of this stuff out. So tedious. If you have this problem, just order the hose. Don't do what I'm doing. I am not a mechanic. Ugh, not a good one at least. Definitely not one you should copy. Yuck. And come on now. I was able to use a designated BMW suction device to, pull a vacuum on this hose so that any debris will come out. So it's 100% safe, and do not do that. Yeah, it tastes disgusting. That's what the tool said. At least that's what I heard, you know. All right, next up, I'm going to get this air duct off because we're going to change the valve cover gasket. And obviously we got to get these little bolts off, and you need to take this off first, but I'm going to start with these clips over here. I don't really care about this duct because I'm going to be replacing it anyways, because it smells like hot nastiness every time I get in my car. Because, you know, it's got cracks and leaks and whatnot. So yeah, just pop those off and you should be able to, if you do stuff right, unlike me, lift this up and yeah, there we go. This comes back. You can lift it up and twist it towards the driver's side. Having a little bit of troubles. So normally you would twist yours, use both hands. I didn't really have to twist. Don't know why. Nothing pointing to that. And carefully discarded this.